Alright, so I already uploaded a video. I'm thinking about uploading these to YouTube. Um, I can always download it off of Facebook, no problem. But let's go back to what I was talking about. um, let's see. So David Benball, let me separate this because I really don't want this. Minimize that other video. So this is the lab here I was talking about. So I guess I'll post it to YouTube. I'm gonna go through the whole book. The book that I use it's a CCNA routing and switching deluxe study guide, second edition, Todd Lamel. So it is that book. That's exactly what it looks like. Amazon is the first to pop up. You can go to the actual website. I think it's wiley.com, and you can go there. So I'm just going over all the school stuff I had. It is this one. So this here, we just had what port 23 is. What protocol is it? TCP, UDP. I forgot to put that. So let's kind of redo this again. How do I just, okay. So I can look through the book. Oh, this thick ass book, man. I don't mean to curse, but let's go to the back of the book. See where I find these ports. So PQRS, P ports. You have access ports, console ports, security, dynamic MAC addresses, error disabled state, static MAC addresses, sticky violation actions, port security. So what I'm doing, I'm just looking in the what you call this, I'll make a separate video on, actually I can do a video right now on my phone and upload it. I actually have a channel. Let me open it real quick. I just gotta log into that channel. It's called, let me switch the channel. Learn CCNA cybersecurity and electronics. Yeah, you know, I'm learning electronics too, you know. So this video I'll upload. I just need to create a playlist. It's just sometimes when I make a video, I never, how do I get rid of this? Some things on here I just don't know how to delete. They've done changed everything. One thing I don't like about uploading to YouTube when you upload multiple videos. So all these I'm going to make private. Visibility private. And then I'm gonna just start all over again. So that everything is like, you know, what's the word? Like it's not all over the place and stuff. So sharing this is not really like the huge secret about David Benball. This dude's all over YouTube. It's just, if you are aware of it, that's on you. But me, I make these videos. It actually helps myself. If somebody wants to follow along, great. Because I'm going to listen to the expert and not someone who's just barely learning, right? So it's kind of like we learning together. Like you have a study buddy, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm kind of private, you know. Sometimes I'm a little private. It's kind of private. My Facebook, I don't even show a picture of myself. Why do I need to, right? Even on YouTube, you don't even know what I look like. Actually, I had a video of me outside doing some some karate stuff, you know, self-defense things. But other than that, if we're learning this, there's no need to know what I look like. Maybe one day, until I master all of this, then yeah. Until one day I get hired somewhere, you know. Once you get the certification, you're going to need the experience. So people are like, I want to work here, I want to do this and that. So anyways, but this is the index of the book. I'm going to go ahead and make a quick video. And then, where's my phone? So give me a few seconds. Give me about 5 minutes. Alright, so I just did a real quick video on my phone, and I'll just upload this. It's a short, so it's about a minute. Okay, a short is good. I guess it will. Okay, so I just gotta add the title. So yeah, that's my channel. Learn CCNA, cybersecurity, and electronics. Okay, that's my channel on YouTube. But all these videos I just made private that I've already done. So I'm actually gonna go over this again. Even my JavaScript stuff, I was doing that too. So this video I'll upload. So this is the book I used while in college. It's the CCNA Deluxe Routing and Switching Study Guide. You really don't need like 10 other books, because if you're, I put routing, this phone routing, okay, there we go, second edition, and it's all on you, dude or girl or bra or whatever y'all just generation likes to speak, your slangs and stuff, and the time you put in it. You know, if you're going through it the first time, you're not going to master all of it. I don't understand how you can just look at something. This is a very thick book. There's tons of commands. So let me go ahead and open up Packet Tracer. Okay, so Packet Tracer's opening. So this video and the one I'm doing, I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and then I'm going to upload it to Facebook. And these videos I make public. So I feel like anything that's educational is worth going public. If it's not, then, you know, playlist, I need to make a new playlist. Dang, it won't let me. I'm just going to add it to Cisco Packet Tracer, actually CCNA and Cisco Packet Tracer on YouTube, and upload. And then I will upload this to Facebook as well. Maybe not. It's not that serious. Not everybody wants to do the same thing as you. But once you start talking about money, that's when people start listening. That's when, you know, and then once they start looking at what they have to learn, they're like, oh, right. So it's not my job as an adult to tell another adult or a teenager, hey, this is something you should do. That's not my derogative here, or my mission, or what I'm doing. So this, actually, I just typed some stuff in. Actually, this wasn't here and this wasn't here. Okay. And all that, I had already typed that in, but there's no need to do it because I'm not doing that. Just mainly trying to figure out this one. And I'll try to make these videos at least 30 minutes long. I think hour-long videos, you know, right? So this one, let's go and answer these ones. So identify address as a public IP address or a private IP, right? So is this public? Is this private? I know this is private. This kind of looks like a loop back. So the chapter that talks about addresses and stuff is, let me see, one of these chapters. Chapter 3, like I said in the book, is Introduction to TCP/IP. This makes this so much easier to read from the actual book. like you don't even know. It might be chapter 2. Chapter 2 might, oops, damn, I gotta be careful because then this will come apart. Chapter 2 here, and here's Packet Tracer. So I had made a video. I think I still have it, but it's too long. It was just too long. I'm not gonna upload that one to YouTube. But if you go to options and go to preferences and you go to down here, color scheme, you can change this from default, classics, slate, or no theme. So obviously I'm on slate, and this is what slate looks like. But every time you change it, you gotta come out of it and come back in it. You can log in and stay logged in, okay, without having to log in. It holds your login for about 3 months. And so if once 3 months have passed, then you can log back in. This is the logical view, and then there's physical. But I've never, my college, they ain't tell us to mess with this crap. But I think you can add stuff. See, look at that. Okay, and you can go on YouTube, and I'm not sure. It's not doing anything. I'm not sure. It's not even adding anything. What is this? Wi-Fi? Oh, via wireless signals. Oh, okay. Whatever. I mean, I've never messed with this, but that's what the physical do, and this is logical. Am I zoomed in or out? Where is this? You can reset the zoom out. So anyways, I'm going to open a lab real quick from my school real quick. This the ones that I'm trying to do are the ones that come with an activity, just to get my memory back, right? So this is hot standby routing protocol. There's ether channel enhanced interior gateway routing protocol, and then it's just interior gateway routing protocol. Multi-area open shortest path first. Not many activities, like not a lot. So this was a lab that we did, and this is the instructions, but I gotta, like I said, I gotta go over it again and see if I can find it, because the course, that was like 2020, and I gotta go through them again. I found 2 of the courses. It was routers and the what's that course called, the fundamentals of networking. And you have to learn this to understand how you're able to use what you use. And some of these hackers, it's sad that they've gotten education and they went rogue, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these police officers, they start off good and then they go rogue. They use their power to hurt people. So for the meantime, we'll do labs from David Bombal. So this is my packet tracer file. That's the basic one. That's one of the labs that he has on there. So there was one, I didn't have like $20 to my name. I went on this website here, davidbombal.com, created an account. I purchased this one. I've had this since 2020. I wanted to take my time, but I had also went blind at the same time, and it was like, man, so I was working through going blind until I had surgery. So I grind through it. I graduated, and now I'm trying to go to some universities. I'm trying to get in somewhere. So cybersecurity, not that I don't like it, but this course was integrated in the cybersecurity curriculum, and so that's why you need to learn the network side of it. I don't understand how some people think, but I know how I think and how I comprehend things, because you need to learn this part. Do you know how to subnet? Right? If you're trying to understand why someone was able to hack something, you have to understand this, and then the cybersecurity part of it too, right? You have to learn coding and all that. So the stuff they show in the movies and the TV shows, that is so unrealistic. And if you look at the people in that type of career or line of work, those people, it's not that they're introverts, I don't know, don't think like that, nerds. They're everyday people, you know. So now, got that out the way. This is the basic lab on here. So I don't know if he has this course on here still. Which, you know, he's a business guy, businessman. He should have all of it. I don't know if he gets rid of stuff. Now you're wondering, I'm on Microsoft Edge. It plays on Microsoft Edge, these videos.
Easy sync.
But they don't play on Firefox for some reason. And I was like kind of getting desperate because I'm like, bruh, like I need to see this video. So this part is, where am I? This one is part 2. This is part 1. This is where he's doing an introduction on what you're doing. This is part 1. Part 2 is where he's giving the answers. He's showing how to subnet. So anyways, where's that other one I was doing? So yeah, so I know this is private. This one is public. And 172, this might be private. But I'll go over that. Where's that dang book? I'm thinking about ripping out the index, you know? It's a very thick book. I think I might just do that. I'm gonna rip out every chapter in this book, you know, just to make life easier. So addresses, it goes over AAA, authentication, authorization, and accounting. That's with Radius, I think, or Tachus. And then it has all the commands like access layer, access links, access points, access ports, access class command, access class in command, ACLs, access control lists. So I'm looking for Radius is on 653 and Tachus Plus is 654. I am looking for something, but I don't know if I can find it in this book. Actually, let's go to the beginning. Okay, they got an assessment test at the beginning of the book. You know, just stick that back there, and it talks about, but you got to remember, you know, this book is a little outdated because of now. So chapter 1, internet working, chapter 2, Ethernet networking, data encapsulation, chapter 3, introduction to TCP/IP, 4, easy subnetting, 5, VLSM, summarization, troubleshooting TCP/IP, 6, Cisco's Internet Network Operating System, 7, managing a Cisco internetwork, 8, managing a Cisco devices, 9, IP routing, 10, layer 2 switching, 11, VLANs and inter-VLAN routing, 12, security, 13, network address translation, 14, internet protocol version 6, and then chapters 15 all the way to 22, okay, is some advanced stuff. It talks about like enhanced IGRP, open shortest path first, multi-area, and then how to troubleshoot IP, IPv6, and VLANs, wide area networks, and evolution of intelligent networks. So that is that. But what I'm looking for is the different class C's, class B's, and C's addresses, which starts getting into chapter 3, IP addressing, IP terminology. Yes, I think No, chapter 4, easy subnetting. So class A addresses, class B and class C are all from pages 142 to 163. So it's a very thick book, and it's something that you're going to do a lot of highlighting, but I highlight the important things. And then I go in with pencil, not pen, and I write in it so that I can find it easier. You know, some of these words that they print in the book are not small. I mean, you can read it, but so chapter 4, I'm sorry. Dang, it's this last page. I'm gonna have to figure out how to. I think they have some sort of glue that you can use for books and stuff. You know, when it rips and tears. So let's go over the basics on how you can read networks. So yeah, this one's coming apart, dang. So for a class A, you have network, node, and it would look like this, 255.0.0.0. Then you have a class B, which is just network, node, and then node, 255.0.0. Oh, why did it do that? There's something wrong with this. Oh, I know why. Okay, there we go. Then here you have a class C, and it's network, and then node. So that's what that looks like. Class A, class B, and class C. And so it talks about subnetting class C. There are many different ways to subnet a network. The right way is the way that works best for you. So you know, in a class C, there's only 8 bits. There's only 8 bits available for defining the host. And let's see. See, this goes into the math of it. I'm trying to find the part where it talks about private, and because I remember going over this chapter like, ugh. Nope, it's not in this one. Okay, maybe chapter 3. And so you have a class D, and this one is just multicast, and you have a class E, and this one is for research. If you know something, you know that we weren't really supposed to be using computers. They just decided to, you know, consumerism, and then people got smart and they said, let's hack some stuff, and now it's became a profession, a career to identify. You can't prevent something from being hacked. That's the thing about that, but you can do something about it. That's crazy. I don't know if y'all seen that guy Kit Boga his channel, and he doesn't show what he uses, because I've looked at a lot of his videos and I don't look at them anymore. I was like, oh, that's cool, he knows that. But I'm like, where he get his education, you know? So, do you have to be like Albert Einstein smart? No. There's some people who don't even, when they got into trading stocks and stuff, they didn't know nothing. And I'll never forget that, but one of the videos, it was some business, I went to their website, they said that, you know, it's so much like, you know, racism in America, that you think you have to look like something, or you have to have or come from a family of money, or, you know, super achievers, just to sit here and learn how to trade stocks and stuff. But it's mainly having money. If you don't have money, you know, what are you going to trade with? You know, so that's the number one thing. You do have to have some kind of money, but you don't need a whole lot of money. And two, you have to be very careful. So you need to get educated and understand what it's doing and stuff. So I'm trying to find it where they, in this book, it talks about what is private addresses and stuff. So you have reserved IP addresses. So if you have a 127.0.0.1, I was correct. So I'm going to type exactly what I see in the book. So it's reserved for loopback tests. Whoa. How long has this video been going? Okay. It designates the local node and allows that node to send a test packet to itself without generating network traffic. So I was correct on that. 251. But what about something like this? So see, I had to be patient. It was on page 122. So this is what it looks like on page 122. Let's kind of not make these so spaced out. So for this, it would be in page 122. Private IP addresses, RFC 1918. So here it says the people who created the IP addressing regime also created IP addresses. These addresses can be used on private network, but they're not routable through the internet. So they're not routable, okay, through the internet. This is designed, I just can't type tonight, for the purpose of creating a measure of well-needed security, but it also conveniently saves valuable IP address space. If every host on every network was required to have real routable IP address, we would have run out of, so the basically you would just basically, if you would basically run out of IP addresses if every network had real routable IP addresses, right? And so, but by using IP addresses, so by using private IP addresses, ISPs, corporations, and home users only need a relatively tiny group of bona fide, I'm just typing what I see in the book, IP addresses to connect their networks to the internet. And so this is economical, and because they can use private IP addresses on their inside networks, right? You have inside and outside, right? So ISP and the corporation, which is the end user, no matter who they are, need to use something called network address translation, short for NAT, which basically takes a private IP address and converts it for use on the internet. And so basically it just says in the book that NAT is covered in chapter 13. Many people can still use the same real IP address to transmit out into the internet. Doing things this way saves megatons of address space. Good for us all. So there's a table. It's table 3.5, because obviously this is chapter 3, right? Introduction to TCP/IP. And it says reserved IP address space. So if you have a class A, so it's 10.0.0.0 through 10.255.255. You have a class B, and this is 172 through 16.0.0 through 172.31.255.255, and then you, looks like I ran out of space. And then you have a class C, which is 192 168.0.0 through 192 168.255.255. So let me kind of push these over a bit. I don't know why it does that. So how do you know which one is public or private based off this? So if it's loopback, right? Was this needed? What I'll do is just put this down here on the second page. So let's say your loopback, which is the localhost, it's used to test the IP stack on a local computer. Can be any address from 127 through 127.255.255.255. So they got this little scenario here. It says that you must know your private address space to become Cisco certified. That's what it says in the book. So what private IP address should I use? So that's a really good question. Should you use a class A, class B, or class C private addressing when setting up your network? So they have a scenario here in the book. It says if you're setting up a home network, It says you opt for a Class C address because it's the easiest for people to understand and configure. Using the default Class C mask gives you one network with 254 hosts, plenty for a home network. So there's a part in this book where it pretty much goes through like how you can really break this down and stuff. You have layer 2 broadcasts. Layer 2 broadcasts are also known as hardware broadcasts. They only go out on the LAN, but they don't go past the LAN boundary, which is the router. You have layer 3 broadcasts. They're the plain old broadcast addresses. Messages are meant to reach all hosts on a broadcast domain. You have a unicast address. One thing I didn't like about this book is because it's like, well, if you know it better than me, can you get to the point, my guy? So it was kind of like, it's a damn good book, but let's go look on the internet. Nothing wrong with that. Because when I was taking these courses during this semester, our instructor would have us look at YouTube videos, but they were good ones. I think his name was Jeremy something, and some other people too. So here we go. Here's a video. Private IP addresses, RFC 1918 tutorial. Oh my goodness. Here, let's just watch this advertisement. So there are a range of private addresses in each address class. So from that one, right? So you're looking at a class A, right? That's what I typed from the book. Right here, right? A /, that's your classless inter-domain routing. So the first. So let me get my notepad here. This was something I had gotten. This was just part of a lab though. I'm gonna have to go over that again. So when they mean by /8, oh man, you can't see that. Let's make this a little bit bigger, like 26 or something. I don't know if you can still see that. That's kind of small still. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I guess like what, 48? So when they mean by that, okay, you have 128, 64, 32, 16, and then 8, 4, 2, and 1. So that's what that means, 8. like you only have that one turned on. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. You have all of them turned on. I'm thinking about something else. They're a little too close. My bad. So when they mean that, like when you're putting this in binary, right? I'm so uncomfortable. Hold on. This here equals to 255. Oops. So if I say 8, that means I have 8 ones turned on. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? If I do a /9, that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go into the next octet, you have this one, which is 128. All of this equals to 255, right? But if I have 1, you have to think that there's 8 numbers, and there's 8 of these, and this one's 128, this one's 64, this one's 32. Hold on, let me kind of space these out a little bit better. Right, this one's 128, this one's 64, this one's 32, this one's 16, this one's 8, this one's 4, this one's 2, this one's 1. So that equals 255, right? But since I only have 8 of these turned on, you know, the rest would be all zeros, if that makes sense. This is your subnet mask. Like here, you have a 192.168.0.0. That's your that's your IP address. The /16 is saying you have 16 of these turned on, right? And the rest is 0, 1, 2, 3. That's already 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to space them out because, you know, it gets kind of close. But if you can count maybe 4, then you're good. As long as you got that, you don't put an extra. But anyways, you can easily mess up. So that's 8, and that makes another one that's 9. That /9, right? So that's actually, that counts as what, right? And then here you have a /16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then the rest are zeros. 255, 255, 0, 0. 255, 0. I'm sorry, that's actually 255 and 1, you know, whatever, right? It's getting kind of late. I'm about to go to bed. Anyways, so actually this is private. This one right here. Let me zoom in. 172.285.101. That's private. And this one, 192. You know, this might be either private or public. So Dan's courses is good. The other guy, I mean, his information was good too. But Dan's courses is good. I'm gonna have to pause the video here and go to bed. Damn, this, you can tell this is an old video. Oh wow, 12 years ago. He has up to date videos though, and subnetting magic number, all that. Yeah. So 172.32 dot. Usually they use a 192. That's like a very, oh, I see it, 192, 168, 255.100. This dude, I haven't seen his videos. This one, Cert Bros, they're good too. IP addresses explained. You gotta remember, they invented this a long time ago. So if you want to get down to the nitty gritty of it, go for it. That's the whole point of it. And oh yeah, access lists. He's actually really good. Dan courses. But it gets easier to understand it when you've actually like, how can I say it? You've done courses and like activity labs and stuff, because you need that hands-on. And seriously, it's really no different. I don't know. I haven't seen many videos of people working like in data centers, or where they're actually showing you that, I don't know, they're using putty, right? And they're using that on a switch or a router and all that stuff. I haven't seen anybody use that. I guess it's private. You can't really share that on the internet. You would need permission, I would assume. So this is good. Like, so everyone's different. You want to understand something. You don't want to jump into it thinking you know it. So there was a point where I thought I understood what I was doing with the subnetting, and I was like, oh man, until I started doing the David Van Ball stuff. In this video here, he actually breaks it down. Like, it's dope. But anyways, I guess I'll end the video here, and then I'll do a part 2 tomorrow.